Janet Jackson's illustrious career, spanning over 5 decades, has served as a benchmark for numerous artists who have followed in her footsteps. Her electrifying performances and empowering anthems have undoubtedly influenced a wide range of talents, including Britney Spears, Jennifer Lopez, and Bruno Mars, among others. Throughout her remarkable journey, Jackson has accumulated an impressive array of accolades, including 5 Grammy Awards, 11 American Music Awards, a coveted spot on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, an Academy Award nomination, and 7 chart-topping albums on the U.S. Billboard 200, as well as 10 #1 singles on the Hot 100. As a multifaceted artist, she continues to inspire a new generation of fans and artists alike. Stay tuned to discover the fascinating story behind her rise to legendary status. Janet Jackson's entry into the entertainment industry was almost inevitable. Janet Jackson was born on May 16, 1966, in the city of Gary, Indiana. As the youngest of 10 siblings, she grew up in a humble household on Jackson Street, where her family, a tight-knit African-American clan, made the most of their modest means. The Jackson family's home, a cozy 2-bedroom residence, was filled with love, music, and a strong sense of community, laying the foundation for Janet's future success. Born into a family of performers, Janet's brothers, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, and Michael, had already gained significant momentum as the Jackson 5 by the time she was just a toddler. With 4 chart-topping hits on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, a record deal with Motown, and their own animated TV series, The Jackson 5 was a household name by the time Janet was 5 years old. As she grew up, Janet began to follow in her brother's footsteps, making appearances on their variety show, The Jacksons. She also showcased her talents on The Carol Burnett Show, singing a duet of The Beat Goes On with her older brother Randy. Her early performances caught the attention of renowned television producer Norman Lear, who recognized her potential as a talented young actress and cast her as Penny in the popular sitcom Good Times. Janet Jackson's early days as a child actress were not without their challenges. Long before she became a music icon, Janet got her start in the entertainment industry with a breakout role as Penny in the popular CBS sitcom Good Times in 1977. According to her profile on IMDb, she appeared in 48 episodes of the show, including the final 2 seasons, when she was just 11 years old. However, her experience on the show was not entirely positive. In a 2012 interview with Anderson Cooper, Janet reflected on the pressures she faced as a young actress, including feeling self-conscious about her appearance. She recalled being told by wardrobe staff that she needed to bind her chest and lose weight, despite being a healthy and normal size. "Looking back, I realize I wasn't heavy at all," Janet shared with ABC News in 2011. "I internalized those negative comments and kept them to myself for years." Despite these challenges, Janet's talent and dedication earned her roles in other notable TV shows, including Different Strokes, Fame, and The Love Boat in the 1980s. Janet Jackson's early music career was heavily influenced by her father, Joe Jackson. After Michael Jackson parted ways with their father as his manager, Joe turned his attention to guiding Janet's budding music career. At just 16 years old, Janet released her debut album, Janet Jackson, in 1982. However, as revealed in the BBC documentary Taking Control, Janet had limited creative input on the project, with the songs and sound already predetermined. The album's performance was modest at best, peaking at number 63 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart. 2 years later, Janet released her sophomore effort, Dream Street, which unfortunately failed to gain much traction, only reaching number 147 on the chart. Despite these early struggles, Janet was determined to take control of her music and her life, paving the way for her future success. Janet Jackson secretly married James DeBarge, a popular vocalist from the 1980s, in a private ceremony. Janet Jackson secretly exchanged vows with James DeBarge, a vocalist who rose to fame in the 1980s, on September 7, 1984. James was best known for his hit song, Rhythm of the Night, which he recorded with his family music group. At the time, Janet was just 18 years old, while James was 3 years her senior. Her father, Joe Jackson, who was still her manager, disapproved of the union and attempted to intervene. However, the marriage was ultimately short-lived. Joe Jackson had the marriage dissolved in 1985 after it was discovered that James was battling a substance abuse problem. As Janet later reflected in Taking Control, her marriage to James was an attempt to break free from her father's control, but the relationship ultimately proved unfulfilling, and she was liberated from the marriage after just a year. Janet Jackson's career reached new heights as she gained more control over her artistic endeavors. After her first 2 albums, Jackson was driven to take charge of her own creative direction. Relocating to Minneapolis, she collaborated with renowned producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis on the album Control, a strategic move that paid off. Released in 1986, Control resonated deeply with listeners and showcased Jackson's growth as a songwriter and performer. As she revealed in her memoir, Taking Control, this album was the first time she drew from her personal experiences, lending an air of authenticity to her music. The album reached the top spot on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart and yielded 5 top 5 singles, including her debut #1 hit, When I Think of You. According to Chartmasters, Control propelled Jackson's career to new heights, achieving global success with sales of over 9.2 million copies. This breakthrough album not only expanded her fan base worldwide, but also earned her recognition as a talented artist in her own right, distinct from her famous family ties. Janet Jackson had finally emerged as a powerhouse superstar, forging her own path in the music industry. Janet Jackson's subsequent endeavors were marked by a series of groundbreaking achievements. Her album, Control, had been a watershed moment, showcasing her artistry and dispelling any notion that she was a fleeting phenomenon. When it came time to release her next studio album, Jackson was determined to raise the bar and solidify her position as a talented artist. The 1989 release of Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation 1814 not only cemented her status as a pop icon, but also enabled her to set and shatter records that had previously been out of reach. As reported by Billboard, the album emerged as the top-selling record of 1990 and holds the distinction of being the only album to have produced 7 top 5 singles on the Hot 100 chart. Additionally, it earned Jackson a historic nomination for Producer of the Year at the 1990 Grammy Awards, making her the first female artist to receive this recognition. At the time, she was the sole act to have produced #1 hits on the Hot 100 chart in 3 consecutive years, a remarkable feat that would go unchallenged for decades. It wasn't until May 2021, 30 years later, that The Weeknd became the second artist to achieve this impressive milestone, as documented by the official charts. Throughout the 1990s, Janet Jackson continued to build on her momentum, refusing to relinquish her position as a leading force in the music industry. Janet Jackson has fully accepted and celebrated her status as a cultural icon of sensuality. In 1993, Janet Jackson underwent a bold transformation, embracing a more provocative persona with her album Janet. To capture this new image, she enlisted the talents of renowned photographer Patrick Demarchelier, who shot a series of intimate portraits for the album's promotional materials. One striking image featuring Jackson in a daring pose with her then-husband Renee Elizondo was initially deemed too edgy for the album cover by her label. Undeterred, Jackson opted to use the photo for a magazine cover instead, and it ultimately landed on the cover of Rolling Stone. This move marked a turning point in Jackson's career, as she began to openly explore themes of sensuality and desire in her music. Songs like That's the Way Love Goes, Anytime, Anyplace, Rope Burn, and Moist showcased her unapologetic approach to discussing pleasure and intimacy. This newfound confidence was also evident in her live performances, such as her 2001 All For You tour, where she playfully interacted with audience members and delivered sultry performances, including a memorable rendition of Would You Mind in a sleek black jumpsuit. The audience was electrified at the prospect of a musical collaboration between two of pop's most beloved siblings. The highly anticipated musical collaboration between Janet Jackson and her brother, the legendary Michael Jackson, finally materialized in 1995 with the release of the impactful single Scream. As two of the most visionary artists of their time, it was only fitting that they would create a groundbreaking visual accompaniment to their song. The music video, directed by Mark Romanek, was a monumental production, featuring a custom-built spaceship set that reportedly cost a staggering $7 million to create, as noted by Forbes. Although its production costs were among the highest of its time, Romanek later revealed to NPR that other videos of the era had even higher price tags. Nonetheless, the investment paid off, with an estimated 64 million viewers tuning in to watch the video's premiere, according to Forbes. The video's success was further solidified when Janet and Michael took home the Grammy Award for Best Short-Form Music Video, as well as 3 MTV Video Music Awards. The collaboration remains an unforgettable milestone in music history, cementing the siblings' status as an unbeatable creative duo. Janet Jackson secured a series of lucrative agreements, solidifying her position as a major force in the entertainment industry. Following the massive success of Control and Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation 1814, music industry executives were eager to secure Janet Jackson's talent for their labels. As documented in Taking Control, she ultimately partnered with Virgin Records, founded by Richard Branson, in a historic deal worth $40 million in 1991, a record-breaking contract at the time. Janet reflected on the achievement, stating that it was simply a natural progression in her career, akin to receiving a significant promotion. She emphasized her focus on delivering high-quality work, rather than being driven by the financial aspects. Although other artists, including Michael Jackson and Madonna, would later surpass this record with $60 million deals, according to the Associated Press, Janet Jackson reclaimed the top spot in 1996 by renewing her contract with Virgin for a staggering $80 million. When asked about being the world's highest-paid entertainer in a 1997 interview with Giselle Fernandez, Janet downplayed the significance, stating that she didn't dwell on the title and instead focused on her life and work after the deal was finalized. Janet Jackson maintained a private profile for her second marriage. Janet Jackson's penchant for keeping her personal life under wraps is well known to her fans. As a result, it wasn't entirely unexpected when news surfaced that she had quietly tied the knot with René Elizondo, a Mexican dancer, songwriter, and director who had collaborated with her on several music videos, including That's the Way Love Goes and Again. The intimate ceremony took place at her North San Diego County home in 1991. However, after nearly a decade of marriage, the couple decided to part ways and announced their intention to file for divorce. In a statement, Elizondo attributed the split to a natural drifting apart, explaining that they had grown more like business associates than romantic partners. The couple had been in discussions about the divorce for several months before making the decision. In a candid 2000 interview with Matt Lauer on Today, Jackson revealed that she had only confided in a select few about her second marriage, choosing to share the news with trusted friends and family members who could maintain confidentiality. Elizondo also expressed his reluctance to publicly discuss their relationship, stating that he would never engage in a tell-all about his time with Jackson, as he disapproved of those who did so. Janet Jackson's performance at the 2004 Super Bowl halftime show played a significant role in the popularity and growth of YouTube. Janet Jackson's 2004 Super Bowl halftime show remains a widely discussed and contentious topic. For those unfamiliar with the incident, Jackson performed alongside Justin Timberlake during the event, and their set ended with a moment that sparked intense debate. Timberlake accidentally or intentionally removed part of Jackson's clothing, exposing her. In the aftermath, Timberlake's solo career continued to gain momentum, while Jackson's suffered a noticeable setback. According to Billboard, her music and videos were subsequently blacklisted by Clear Channel Communications, which included MTV, across all their television channels and radio stations. During an appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show, Jackson expressed regret over apologizing for an incident she felt was not intentional. Winfrey noted that the Federal Communications Commission received over 500,000 complaints, resulting in a $550,000 fine for CBS. The incident inadvertently contributed to the rapid growth of a popular video sharing platform, as noted by Forbes. The outlet observed that the platform's success was partly fueled by users seeking footage of Jackson and Timberlake's performance. Jackson's subsequent album, Damita Jo, failed to replicate the success of her previous works. Nevertheless, the album still achieved platinum certification from the RIAA and earned 2 Grammy Award nominations. Janet Jackson expanded her personal life by starting a family with her third spouse. As reported by E! News, Janet Jackson's relationship with her third husband, Wissam Al-Mana, began in April 2010. The couple's marriage took place 2 years later in a private ceremony, but they waited until the following year to publicly disclose the news. In a joint statement on Jackson's website, they clarified that their wedding was a low-key affair, refuting rumors of an elaborate celebration. The couple also revealed that they had made charitable donations to their favorite children's organizations in lieu of exchanging traditional gifts, and expressed their desire for privacy and time to rejoice in their union. In April 2016, Jackson shared a video announcement that she and Al-Mana were expecting their first child together. Their son, Isa Al-Mana, was born in January 2017. However, just 3 months later, the couple announced that they would be parting ways after 5 years of marriage. Janet Jackson's long-awaited return to music, which came after a 7-year hiatus, proved to be a resounding success. After a prolonged absence from the music industry, Janet Jackson's devoted fan base was left wondering if she would ever return to the scene. However, in 2015, the singer behind hits like Call on Me thrilled her audience by announcing her comeback, which would include a new studio album and a highly anticipated world tour. The wait was finally over with the release of her 11th studio album, Unbreakable, in October of that year, which featured collaborations with renowned artists Missy Elliott and J. Cole. This marked her first album since 2008's Discipline, and it received widespread critical acclaim, earning a score of 75 on Metacritic. As reported by Entertainment Weekly, Unbreakable debuted at #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart, becoming Janet's 7th chart-topping album. Furthermore, she joined an elite group of artists, including Barbra Streisand and Bruce Springsteen, who have achieved #1 albums across 4 consecutive decades. The accompanying tour, also titled Unbreakable, was a massive commercial success, grossing $15 million at the box office from just 33 shows, according to That Grape Juice. Janet Jackson has been inducted into the esteemed institution honoring the pioneers and legends of rock music. After an extraordinary trailblazing career, Janet Jackson was finally inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in March 2019. Fellow artist Janelle Monáe paid tribute to her during the ceremony, saying, "History isn't complete without you, Janet. We honor you tonight," as reported by Pitchfork. Janet delivered a heartfelt, humble speech, reflecting on her journey. "Being the youngest in the family, I was determined to make my own path. I wanted to stand on my own. but I never imagined I'd follow in their footsteps. Tonight, the baby sister has made it, she said, according to Pitchfork. She also expressed deep gratitude to her fans. I want to personally thank each and every one of you. You've been there for me through all the highs and lows. I have never and will never take you for granted. I love you all with all my heart. Janet then spoke lovingly about her son, adding, I want to thank my beautiful baby boy. Every morning he wakes me up with his own little tunes. He's only 2, but he's already my heart and my world. You've taught me what unconditional love truly means. Mama loves you, Isa, rah rah rah. Las Vegas rolled out the red carpet for Janet Jackson, embracing her with open arms. In early 2019, Janet Jackson unveiled plans for her inaugural Las Vegas residency, Metamorphosis, a spectacle that would take over the Park Theater at the Park MGM Resort from May to August of the same year, as reported by NME. According to a statement, the focal point of this groundbreaking production would be Janet herself, mesmerizing audiences with dazzling visuals, high-energy choreography, and a playlist featuring her most iconic hits and beloved album tracks. As a legendary performer, Jackson's show generated significant buzz, attracting a who's who of A-list celebrities. Among the many high-profile attendees, as noted by Inquisitor, were Kelly Rowland, Beyoncé, Queen Latifah, Gabrielle Union, Haley Steinfeld, and Lil' Kim. The show proved to be a financial success, with Billboard reporting that it grossed a staggering $13 million from just 18 performances, translating to an average nightly revenue of approximately $722,000. Janet Jackson has a multitude of projects in the works. In a surprise announcement on February 10, 2020, Janet Jackson took to social media to reveal that she is working on a new album, Black Diamond, which will be accompanied by a worldwide concert tour. Although the album's release has been delayed and the tour has been postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, fans can look forward to a forthcoming 2-part documentary series set to premiere on A&E and Lifetime in 2022. As reported by Billboard, the documentary will offer a candid look at Janet's life, including her experiences with her family, including her father Joe Jackson and late brother Michael Jackson, as well as her perspective on the controversy surrounding her 2004 Super Bowl performance. The documentary is also expected to delve into her experiences as a mother. In 2021, Janet announced that she would be parting with a vast collection of personal items, including iconic stage costumes, red carpet gowns, and music memorabilia, through a high-profile auction with Julian's Auctions in Beverly Hills. The sale, which features over 1,000 items, will benefit Compassion International, a global organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By auctioning off these personal treasures, Janet is giving back to her devoted fans in a unique and meaningful way. Janet Jackson's inspirations. Janet Jackson has often spoken about the profound impact that Lena Horne had on her life and career, as well as on the entertainment industry as a whole. Upon Horne's passing, Jackson paid tribute to her legacy, acknowledging the joy and opportunities she brought to countless people, including younger generations. She has also expressed admiration for Dorothy Dandridge, citing her as a role model and source of inspiration. Jackson has a deep appreciation for Joni Mitchell's music, revealing that she was drawn to Mitchell's records as a child and finds her songs to be deeply personal and relatable. She also holds Tina Turner in high esteem, praising her remarkable strength and enduring impact on music. Jackson sees Turner as a constant presence in her life, whose music has been a source of inspiration and comfort. Additionally, she has cited a range of other influential artists, including Tracy Chapman, Sly and the Family Stone, U2, and Bob Dylan, as sources of inspiration for her own socially conscious work. Early in her career, Jackson credited her brothers Michael and Jermaine Jackson as key musical influences, shaping her artistic vision and style. Janet Jackson's commitment to giving back. Janet Jackson has been a longtime champion of social causes, particularly in the areas of HIV/AIDS awareness and youth empowerment. She has partnered with organizations dedicated to combating the spread of HIV/AIDS in African American communities, leveraging her platform to educate and raise awareness about this critical issue. Jackson has also been committed to empowering young people, supporting initiatives that provide them with access to resources, mentorship, and opportunities for growth. In response to natural disasters, she has generously donated to relief efforts and helped to raise funds for those affected. Through her Rhythm Nation Scholarship, Jackson has made a significant investment in education, donating tour proceeds to support various programs that promote academic achievement. Additionally, she has supported a range of other charitable organizations, including those focused on hunger relief, disaster response, and social justice. Jackson's philanthropic efforts have yielded tangible results, helping to increase awareness and reduce stigma around HIV/AIDS, while also providing vital support to young people and those in need. Building a brand and breaking barriers. In 1989, Janet Jackson established her own production company, Rhythm Nation Productions, which has since been involved in a diverse range of projects, including music videos, television programming, and film productions. The company has produced several notable projects, such as the music videos for Jackson's hit songs Rhythm Nation 1814 and All Right, as well as the television show Janet Jackson's Design for Living. In 2007, Jackson launched her own fashion brand, Janet Jackson Style, which offers a range of clothing, accessories, and fragrances. She has also collaborated with major retailers, such as Target, to create exclusive clothing lines. Jackson has been a trailblazer in the advertising industry, becoming one of the first African-American women to appear in a major commercial campaign for Pepsi. She has also been a longtime partner with CoverGirl and has appeared in several commercials for Target. In addition to her fashion ventures, Jackson has diversified her investments to include real estate properties in various global locations, as well as other business ventures, such as a hair care line and a production company. Janet Jackson's comment on Kamala Harris's racial identity sparks controversy. In a recent conversation with The Guardian, Janet Jackson made a comment about U.S. Vice President and presidential candidate Kamala Harris's racial identity. According to Jackson, she had been informed that Harris's father, Donald J. Harris, was white, which led her to express some surprise. However, it was later clarified that Donald Harris is actually of Jamaican descent and had immigrated to the United States. Following Jackson's remarks, a statement was released by an individual claiming to be her manager, stating that she was retracting her comments and apologizing for any offense caused. However, it was subsequently discovered that this individual was not authorized to speak on Jackson's behalf, and her current representatives have declined to comment on the matter or provide further clarification on her statements. And that's a wrap on Janet Jackson's incredible transformation. From her early days as a pop sensation to her current status as a music icon, Janet has always been a trailblazer. But what do you think is the most impressive part of her transformation? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for the latest entertainment news and updates. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.